let's get started. So just as an FYI, Lena has decided that it would be loads of fun to come down with some kind of cold. So she is hopefully going to be able to get the mute button in time, but there's a warning for you. And I've got the two dachshunds next to me. They are sleeping happily, subject to change without notice. So, you have been warned. All right, so to recap, last time the Adventurers Guild and the XCRAWL League banded together to create a new way for people to join XCRAWL, the XCRAWL'S Got Talent, full lethality division for Dungeon Crawl. After you spent some time getting prepared, you finally found yourself in the first room of the dungeon where a spinning platform held weapons, armor, and memorabilia, and the dark rafters held rats on bungee cords. When the rats had fallen, of the 20 who entered, 16 remained, and 2 of you had been knocked unconscious and are now struggling slightly. You headed down a hallway to reach the next encounter and needed to step around a zombie with a non-com badge who was trying to give you a message through charades. Poorly. And that pretty much takes us to where we are right now, which I've shared on the Owlbear Rodeo. Were there any questions about anything that happened last time?
No.
Okay, so Sean is not able to join us, which means we have 3 characters who do not have a coach. So first off, we have Sean the Drifter. Oh no, we have Alpha the Drifter, who nearly died to the rats last time, so he's sitting at a single hit point and will be taking all 4s or -4 on all their action rolls. Did anyone want to take Alpha, or should we go ahead and push him through a no-go door?
I vote no-go door.
Yeah. I am shocked by that one. Okay, we have Beta, a half-orc language teacher who is in perfect shape. Has a fairly high armor class, but only 2 hit points. Does anyone want to adopt him?
Sure.
Okay.
Unless somebody else goes first.
Goes well with your slightly weakened half-orc crawler.
Yeah.
And then we have Gamma, who's an accountant, has 11 armor class, 4 hit points, and a -2 penalty to his intelligence, but also a luck of 13. So, plus side, downside. Who wants to adopt Gamma?
Mine are in pretty good shape, so I think I'm good.
I'm good with mine for now.
Okay, Lena?
I'm good.
Okay. Gamma goes no door. No go. Okay. And Beta's character sheet is on the chat for you to download.
So I updated my character sheets. Do you want those uploaded?
Nah, I will trust you. I mean, you just adjusted how the weapons and stuff like that, right? You didn't completely re-roll them, right?
Now the AC on Joan got really high. because she picked up the better armor and the shield.
Yes, indeed. What's the armor class now?
It's 15.
Very nice. Okay, just trying to get my... Okay, there we go. All right, so let's get to round 2. So if you're looking at the map on Albert Rodeo, you can see that you emerge from the hallway into a huge arena, probably 150 feet wide by 80 feet long. It's split in half by a bridge which stretches south from the door. It's only wide enough for 1 or 2 people standing very close to safely walk. And halfway across the bridge is a circular platform on which stand 2 well-armed warriors. Everyone can have one of their characters do an intelligence check if they want to see if they recognize them.
Um.
Yeesh.
Well, I think we can go ahead and just say that someone in Lena's party recognizes them.
Jackson, if it matters.
Sounds good. The woman on the right is Tequila Sheila, who got kicked out of the Adventurers Guild for attacking the DJ at a party after her crawl. She leans on a 2-handed sword, and her plate armor is tight around all the right places and leaves gaps around some of the wrong places to have gaps. She's got a bright orange mohawk flapping slightly as she grins threateningly at you. And to her left is a bald dwarf known as Uncle Turnbuckle, who tried to make a withdrawal from the Adventurer Guild's vault by tunneling underneath. His iron gray beard is braided with beards and baubles, and you can barely make out that the wrestler singlet that he appears to be wearing is actually painted small ring chainmail. He's got a hand axe and a shield, and rhythmically bangs the axe against the shield. I am going to go ahead and bore you real quick, or excite you about what your characters could become. So Tequila Sheila is a brawler. She's the brawler class. So she doesn't get a flat bonus to her action roll from leveling. She gets what they call a D die. So she rolls the 20, she rolls 1d3. So one time she could get +1 on her attack roll. She could get +3 on her attack roll. And then whatever she rolled for that bonus, if she hits, it's added to her damage. She can also do an unarmed attack in addition to her weapon attack. She'll just be using a 14-sided die instead of a 20. Turnbuckle is the dwarf class. If you remember your basic Dungeons and Dragons, the idea of a dwarf class won't be too weird to you, but basically the idea is they've come up with their own techniques. He also has the D die, but he has an extra attack, although in his case it's bashing with his shield. So, reason why I wanted to have the map available for you is because there is a lot going on here. We've got the bridge cutting the room in half. In the middle of each half is a raised platform. On the west platform, there's a green chest, and on the east platform, there's a red chest. You can peer over the edge and see a lot of spikes, but ignoring that, there's also little staircases to the top of each platform. Next to the west wall, there's a couple of step ladders. They lead to a set of gymnast rings, which you could use to cross to the south of the room without going through the adventurers or going down, the fire pole on the east wall that lets you go down. So down under the spikes. And there's a step ladder leading out of the pit to the south. So that's a lot of information, I know. Do I have any questions?
Can you walk through the spikes?
Once you're in there, yeah, they are about 4 to 5 feet apart.
Are the two areas, can you walk underneath of that area where the two adventurers are?
Yeah, it's a standing bridge, so
I got.
now, as far as I know, you should have the ability to draw. Just check the permissions.
So they're going to try to prevent us from getting these chests?
They're going to try and prevent you from getting across the bridge.
Okay, so they won't be shooting at us.
There's no sign whatsoever that they've got missile weapons, correct? Good. I'm glad that you can put notes in if you need to. All right. So a giant video screen folds into place on the opposite wall, showing DJ Glitterbomb once again. She's traded her brass arm for a silver one, which is streaming bubbles through the fingertips for some reason. She gives you a salute, bubbly salute, obviously, and says, "Grats on making it to the second challenge. Your goal here is simple. Get to the door on the other side of the bridge. You can take the high road or the low road, but you'll need all the moxie you can muster to get there." The bubbles all pop in glittering explosions, and the screen replaces her image with the XCRAWL logo. Speaking of which, according to my notes, Brittany is sitting at 2 mojo. Matt is also at 2 mojo, and Jake and Lena are at 1. Subject to change without warning. Next time someone puts in a 1. Can I get an initiative roll for each coach, please?
Ayo.
That is a good one. And
Did you roll in your shit?
9. All right. Well, needless to say, Coach Brittany gets to start off the process. So, as a reminder, Cork is currently seriously wounded, has that 1 hit point and -4 on their rolls thing going. So, what do you want to have everyone do?
I think that we're gonna take the low road. You good on this little pole thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's a stripper pole, fireman pole.
Yeah, it can be both. You know, we can. I will allow a grandstanding roll if anyone wants to stripper pole on their way down.
All of the men do.
Perfect.
Oh, my team will do that. I like the low road too. That appeals to me.
Well, a 46 is absolutely fantastic.
Well, 20 and 13 and 13, yeah.
Well, those are all good by me, so let's hand over some fame out there. Okay, where is who headed? I should probably go ahead and give us some.
Joan and Simon and George want to go down the pole.
Are you all good, Brittany? Can I have the follow-ups?
Oh, what? Sorry.
I wanted to see if they were just going down the pole or if there was anything they were going to do when they reach the bottom.
So let's see here. The one where you put your legs up above your head, like in a V shape, upside down.
Excellent. Yep. But once they get to the bottom, anything they're going to do before, I mean, they don't have anything to attack necessarily, unless they've got ranged weapons and wanted to go upwards.
Beta does, yeah. Beta can take a smack, a ping, probably at the lady, the brawler.
Okay. That would be a miss, I'm afraid.
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. So all of Brittany's team is at the bottom. Let's see, who is next on the initiative? Well, it actually would be the dwarf, but he's just watching the group go down, continuing his threatening attempts at banging his shield at you. I've got Matt next.
All right. So Steve and Winston are going to go down the pole, and then Greg is going to grab a 10-foot pole from Winston, and is going to try and move down that alleyway and try and knock one of them off.
Oh yeah.
Kind of doing a charge attack type thing. Very cool. Okay, let me go ahead and see your attack roll. It was such a good idea. I really wanted to award it, but I am afraid that number is a little too low for me. So he does still have the pole. He just hasn't managed to trip anyone up with it. Let's see. And Jake, you said that everyone was headed down the pole as well?
So does that take all the round to do that?
It is going to, let's see, getting over to the pole is pretty much all of the round. I mean, you can definitely line up and prepare and get your attack roll if anyone's got a ranged weapon.
Yeah, I've got 2 with ranged weapons. You want me to? They'll be ready, I guess.
Sounds good. They want to do it after they're on the bottom floor, or they want to go ahead and do it from the platform or edge?
From the platform.
Sounds good.
So Joan is gonna go with a short bow. Oh, sorry.
Well, I would say, is it... wait a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the wrong dice.
Yeah, that is. I mean...
I picked up the wrong dice, but not much better with the other one.
I'd ask who you were attacking, but it seems slightly moot right now. Okay, so Joan is on the platform. Who's next?
So it's gonna be Simon with a sling.
Go ahead.
There we go. Oh man, I do not have it today.
Okay, get these low rolls out of your system, people. There's a lot to do here. Okay, and that leaves George headed down to the bottom.
Yeah, George is gonna go down the pole and he wants to go upside down and then do a cartwheel off on the bottom to dismount.
Fantastic. Go ahead and do a personality check for the grandstanding.
Ooh,
Well, not the best grandstand I've seen, but at least it wasn't a critical failure. So, are you okay? I've got a possibly bored dog here, so I'll let him go ahead and say hi. Says I do not wish to say hi. All right. Well, Tequila Sheila is also trying to be threatening. That means that it's time for Lena's characters.
Katrina's gonna try to go up across the pole. What are those? These things? Which I've forgotten what you called them.
Gymnast rings.
Gymnast rings.
Hell
And
yeah.
the rest will go down the pole.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do a strength check for the gymnast rings.
Well, that's not great.
So Katrina climbs up the ladder, grabs onto the first gymnast ring, starts swinging herself over to the second one, cannot hold her body weight, and she is now sitting at the bottom with one of the spikes through her. So I am afraid that you have lost Katrina, and flipping her body over is not going to save her in this case. And then you said that Lena and Deborah are headed down. Are they going to do it with... And Jackson? And
Yeah.
Jackson. Oh yeah,
I
you
have
have four
four
people.
well, I had four
Well, you had
characters.
4 characters. Yeah. So Lena, Deborah, and are they going to try and go down with panache or?
They're gonna try to go down all at the same time, with their back to each other, like the elevator shaft scene in Thunderbolts. Just like interlink arms behind them.
Okay, I'm going to have you just go ahead and do one grandstanding, which will affect all of them. So whoever has the highest personality bonus, go ahead and use that. That is good. They're all going to get a point of fame, which they probably deserve after what happened to poor Katrina. Okie dokie. Well, I have good news and bad news. All of you people who were on the bottom level who were afraid that they were going to be bored down here, you hear giggling. Something. I'm going to say it definitely sounds like something that came from the underground regions. And you can see out of the edge of your vision that there are several little goblin type creatures making their way around the pit towards you. They are, let's see, about 3 feet tall, gray-skinned, and they have violet and magenta hair, but apparently the DJ decided that she wanted them personalized, so they are all covered in glitter. That last thing does not pose an advantage or a disadvantage, it's just there. That brings us back to the top of the round. So, what are we doing, Brittany?
Well, I'm definitely going to attack these things. Nurse Wretched has a dagger, and she's going to stab the closest one.
Okie dokie. I need to pause for just a second. I have caused a horrific mess here, and I'll be right back.
Everything okay underneath there?
But sorry.
What was? Zeros. All I heard was full playground. And knock that person off. Yeah, maybe somebody else can get the full.
Almost back. For 5 years, I have been running games from this exact office space. And for probably 2/3 of those 5 years, I've always had a smoothie. This is the first time that I have managed to actually knock the smoothie off my desk. So I know you guys had to sit around for a moment, so it's probably unfair, but a moment of silence for my smoothie. Okay, that's long enough. Let's go ahead and see the nurse's dagger attack. Is this thrown or is this charging?
What? Is this thrown? Oh, it's charging.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll go up 2-1 specifically to stab it, like right in the kidneys.
perfect.
I'll give you a point of mojo.
Ooh, thank you. That'd be a 15.
That would be a 15. Looking at number 1. And that AC right there is lower than that, so you are good to roll for damage.
Perfect. 3 damage.
It is, whoops, that is the wrong column. It is hurt very badly, although it is still standing.
Perfect. Then the next one, I think, is probably going to be Beta. Basically, all 4 of my dudes are attacking.
Sounds good.
Beta's got a sling.
Ooh, very nice. Is that a new goblin or Wretched's goblin?
Wretched's goblin.
Sounds good. Go ahead and do the damage, but I can pretty much guarantee.
I don't know what the sling.
Uh,
Sorry, I got
D4?
the rule book. D4? Okay. One damage.
And that's enough to knock it over. So that one is no longer a concern for your party.
I like that. Next will be Ethel, who has a spear. And obviously that's a new one. Just whatever one is closest.
Sounds good.
Yeah, baby.
This is good. This is great.
3 damage.
And that was a charge, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
And then how does Cork go? You said it's just -2 on the D20?
It's -4, unfortunately, on the D20. So
4. Oh, that did not like it. I'll just -24. Ah, hey, there we go.
don't -24. That's a little excessive, but that's actually a hit. Is that a new goblin or?
It was the same one that Ethel went active
Perfect.
towards. This is a 2-handed battle axe.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage.
Whoa, hold on. That's wrong. That's wrong. I did the same thing. I rolled a 20 instead of a 10. And I rolled better. There we go. 9 damage.
So,
Fuck you, goblin.
yeah, that goblin is. They're not going to be resurrecting this one. I can tell you that. That is a dead goblin. Okay, that's your 4. So let's go ahead and next in line is Turnbuckle. So he's got a choice. There's 2 people who just tried to. Oh, no, wait a second. He's actually got one person who's right in front of him. So it doesn't. He's got an easy choice. So, yeah, he steps forward. That was Simon, right?
Yeah.
Greg.
Greg. Okay. Oh, yeah. I've got him notated, actually. So, he is going to. Let's see if this will do right. 1d20 plus 1d3. That is a large number. So
That definitely beats a 10. So.
yeah.
You think this is a Pathfinder?
Exactly. I actually had to quickly take that out of my head. Yes, that is a very big number, but that does not count. So 3 points of damage.
That drops it.
Greg.
Well, at least he wasn't spiked, so we'll see if he's okay at the end. So that brings us back to the coaches. Where's my list? There's my list. Lena. No, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt. It's Matt.
Gonna
I
say.
have no idea. I actually
Pretty sure it was last. So.
I've got a spreadsheet here, and I decided to do the ever popular. Let's go ahead and look up one line for no reason.
Winston and Steve are both going to attack the nearest earth goblins. So I'll start with Steve. With that. 13 to hit.
That is good.
And 10 damage.
Ooh.
Oh,
Strength is a fun thing to have. That one is absolutely, well, I suppose he's not quite as minced as the other one, but he's definitely down.
And then, are there any other hurt ones so far?
No. Everyone has ganged up on the same one, so we have 3 of them remaining.
Winston's gonna go after the next one. And a 6.
That one is a miss. But you may have guessed that. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the same lines. I actually have Tequila Sheila next, but no, I don't think she's going to go after the archers just yet. So let's go ahead and go to Jake's.
All right. George is down below, so George is gonna attack. I guess the next goblin.
Sounds good. The one that Winston tried to attack, or a
The same one he tried to attack.
perfect. That is absolutely a hit.
And that's gonna be 1d4 with a dagger. +2. A vicious slash of 3.
Which, as you may remember, is close to perfect, but not quite. That was Greg, right? Wait,
That is George.
George. Greg is
Greg
not
died.
with us. I saw a G and I assumed. So let's go ahead and try characters who are actually still alive.
So Joan and Simon are up on, or had fired ranged.
Mhm.
And so now I think they want to get down below.
I can understand that. So I'll go ahead and just say they got to the bottom. Okie dokie. So that's well, one of them's got a short bow. I could argue no, slings probably would be just as hard to quickly carry in. So yeah, let's go ahead and say they got to the bottom, and that's the end of their action. And before Lena's team has a chance to go, we've got a whole 3 goblins who may be looking for some vengeance. Whether they will actually get it or not remains to be seen. So the first one is going to be the one that George and Winston went after. I'm going to choose to say it's going to be George, which has nothing to do with Matt being down a character. And unless a 5 armor class is enough to hit you, George is perfectly safe.
Right. He does a little taunting.
So the second goblin is going to go ahead and try and get its vengeance on Nurse Wretched. And an 8 seems very low for
It will not hit me.
perfect. And that leaves. Yeah, this one is going to go after Ethel the Devastator of Goblins, which is not really a good idea, but it's a goblin. Oh, that one is a high roll.
Yep, that one will hit.
Unfortunately, as you're about to see, they have an intensely high damage ice pick in their hands, so brace yourself.
Okay, roll low.
It did maximum damage, I'm afraid, which is a whole 2 points of damage. Is that the end
Not
of
enough to
Ethel?
kill me, but I'm bloodied.
Bloodied, bruised, and sad, and ready for Lena to go ahead and come through and avenge everyone.
I'll start with Lena slinging any of the enemies injured.
Yes, the one that Winston and George had
Then
attacked.
I will start by slinging at that one.
That was a good number. Since it only had 1 hit point, that goblin is most definitely dead.
Okay.
Which leaves us with just 2.
Where are they exactly?
Well,
Like, I accept that we're probably all just kind of centered around here.
you are fairly centered around that side, yes. I am going to say that we've got one of them. Let's see if I can do a quick monster. And we will go ahead. Oh, there's a goblin. So yeah, probably about here and about here.
I will sling the goblin to the south.
I'm gonna give you a mojo point.
That just adds a +1, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That is a 9 total, which unfortunately
No, it's
is
not.
what?
No, it's not. That is with the +1.
Oh, because you normally have a -1. Okay,
Yep.
excellent. I will stop trying to make you feel better. And
Nope.
yeah, that was a miss.
Jackson is not necessarily built for combat. It's fine. And then are they close enough to get into melee range?
Yes.
In 1 turn. Okay. Deborah will run at the. She'll also go for the guy to the south with her spear.
Oh, that was much better.
Yes.
That is a hit. You skewer that one not quite as impressively as what happened to Katrina, but still pretty skewered.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, is it too soon for jokes like that?
no, I knew the risk I was
You
taking.
get them anyway! You are getting very good at that mute button. Very good.
I'm not muting anything. I'm just moving it away from my mouth.
Potato, potato.
I know when it's coming. I just can't stop it. Feel pain. Is it dead or just heavily injured?
Oh, it's dead.
Okay, cool.
Yep, they're going to have to wait until their turn to decide if they've had enough of this or not, which means that, Brittany, you can go ahead and go after the sole surviving member of the goblin group.
Perfect. Nurse Wretched isn't going to attack. She is going to help. Someone is, like, really hurt, right? Not dead, but hurt.
That was Steve.
Steve's missing 2 HP. Yeah.
Yeah, can she get to him?
Yes.
Well, I've got a first aid kit and an empty flask, and that's what she's going to do.
Steve, thanks.
I don't know how that works, but that's what I want to do with her. The other 3 are going to attack. So one with the sling, that's beta.
Okay, the first aid kit is for bandaging wounds. Stabilizing a character to get them out of a dying situation. Okay. And right
That
now,
wouldn't
the
help them.
only people who one of them is very far away, and the other one is very, very far away.
Okay, well, never mind then.
No problem. That's a hit.
That's a sling attack. Okay, so 3 damage.
All right. They are extremely close to. Oh, yeah. There's actually not many extras. So yeah, that was an extremely good hit. So your follow-up should be fun.
All right, this is gonna be Ethel. Why not? She tried to hit her. She's bloody. She's pissed. Oh, and she's really gonna get him.
Amusingly unnecessary at this junction, but what the heck? Go ahead and I want you to roll your d4 for the crit first. You don't have a luck bonus there, do you?
My luck bonus is -1 for
Okay.
her. So,
Go ahead and roll your damage die and an extra 1d6 damage.
oh, let me do it. Okay, 10 damage. Ooh.
So, you said this was a 2-handed axe, right?
This is a spear. This is a spear.
This is a spear. Oh, right. D10. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I go ahead and describe this as well as I can. You pierce the goblin and bring the spear swinging upwards, which basically manages to rip off the goblin's head. It's now sitting on top of the spear like a head on a pike as a warning. And because of how hard you hit it, the spear then falls out of your grasp. So, yeah, that is an exceptionally dead goblin.
She grandstand after that.
Absolutely!
And that's what she's yelling. Unfortunately, she's not super. Oh wait,
You know
she got
what, though?
+1 in the personality.
You know what? I'm giving it to her. I don't think anyone in this room is going to disagree with me on that, if I spend more than 2 seconds describing how they died, then yeah, we can give them some fame. Okie dokie. So this puts our people at the top in an interesting predicament as they just kind of stare down at the rest of you because they seem to have orders not to leave the platform. So they're currently just arguing with each other over whether they should do something or not. Which means that for the moment, you guys are free to do whatever you want.
Well, Simon wants to go up to the platform that's right in this area and open the chest or check the chest out.
Okay, who did you say that was?
Simon.
Simon.
My team will start heading their way to the west. Jackson will actually wait. Hold on a second. Lena will head to the west platform. Deborah and Jackson will go get the battle axe off of Katrina.
That makes perfect sense. Okay. So, the east chest, which is the red chest, has a handprint indented in it, just on the top. The person who went over to the other chest, the western one, which is the green chest, has a green handprint. Oh no, a red handprint. Okay. Green chest, red handprint. Red chest, green handprint.
What?
On the top of each chest is a handprint. There's a carved out image of a handprint. And in each case, the color of the handprint matches the other chest.
You put your hand in.
Only the handprint is a different color, right?
Yes.
The chest and the handprint are different colors
Correct.
on each chest. Okay.
Did
Is
you
the
say
platform a certain color?
no? Just kind of a stone gray like the rest of the floor. Concrete gray, I guess. Did you say it was Lena who's at the west chest?
Yes.
Okay.
Can
was that?
Simon
Yeah.
check to see if he sees any like traps or anything looks untoward?
That will be an intelligence check.
Ooh,
Yeah.
about that.
Winston also wants to go over and take a look at that.
Well,
And,
he can't do much worse than a 3.
Joan wants to go look at it. She thinks she's pretty smart.
I was almost incorrect. I apologize.
With a +3. That's
Oh my god.
Well, George
So,
might as
yeah.
well try it.
Hold on, Nurse Wretched shoves all y'all.
Winston
Well,
thinks
not
it's a
great, but-
fireball trap. Definitely.
That was George.
Okay.
George says,
Well, I can say that none of you see anything which makes you suspect that there's a trap there.
okay. Simon puts his hand on it. His hand.
Nothing happens.
Lena will put her hand on it as well.
Are both your
She's
hands
at
on
the
it at the
bottom.
same time?
I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'd say when she got over there, she's gonna put her hand on it.
Fantastic, because that is exactly how the chests open. So, the green chest, Lena. Actually, let's see my notes.
Real quick, does the rest of the team get the battle axe before anything else happens?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, cool. Continue.
All right, inside the green chest, there is a gift certificate to Hercules. No, wait a second. Which is the Greek pronunciation? Heracles, House of. There's got to be some alliteration. I can Hydra killers. There we go. With the number 5,000 on it, it seems to be a gift certificate for new equipment. There is also a suit of armor here, which seems to be made of interlaid plates of ceramic. Looks like it would stave off a pretty nice blow or two. In the red chest, which is Simon's, there is also a certificate, but this one is promising a year supply of Tartarus Black Ale for each survivor, and there is also a... Well, it appears to be a hilt.
Hilt. Okay. Simon takes the hilt and kind of looks it over and sees there's any way to like activate it.
Yeah, there is. It's basically built like a switchblade, and it is basically it's a mithril short sword. So this baby may not be any more magical than any other weapon, but one thing's for sure: you can beat it, you can smack it, you can pull it against rocks. It's not getting damaged.
He stands up on the chest and raises it and says, "By the power of Grey Skull."
And I really want that roll.
And he flicks it open.
There are enough Master of the Universe fans out here that they know exactly what you mean. So Simon is going to be remembered for cracking that joke in the middle of the competition.
So is that short sword? What is that? A
1d6.
1d6?
Lena will put the new armor on.
Okay, so the new armor is going to give you a +6 armor class. Don't do any acrobatics in it because you will be at a -6 penalty, and your fumbles will be using a roll of 1 to 16.
Okay. I assume base 10. So I'd be at 16 now.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So Lena is doing computer science work at school, and I'm programmer. So when she was like base 10, I thought she was actually talking base 10, like base 15 for hexadecimal or something like that. So I kind of broke for a
base
moment.
10 is just decimal. It's not hexadecimal.
I said for 16. It was another example.
Okay. So,
I was right. Okie dokie. Let me go ahead and make sure I've got this on my notes. Oh, Katrina also had Katrina also had a short board and a brass shield. Did those get passed around last time?
Yes.
Perfect.
The only thing I had her on her was the battle axe. I believe I gave the shields to other people.
Okay. So let's see. Simon has a certificate for a year's supply. So yeah. Meanwhile, the two former adventurers are standing annoyed on their platform, and finally they just shrug their shoulders and wave, and a referee blows his whistle. The DJ shows up on the screen. Well, good job, everyone. Let's go ahead and tell you exactly what you've won. Your ceramic armor, of course. Not much more to say about it. It's heavy, it's strong, and it might keep you alive. Just don't do any acrobatics with it on. Yes, I know I already said that, but I probably should have let her say it. And your Fat's collapsible mithril blade was forged in the heart of the Rockies by Fat's most elite dwarven craftsman. It's lightweight, it's portable, and it's deadly. And that means you can go ahead and continue on. Does anyone want to step away for a moment before we do anything else? Since we're at the hour 15 minutes point.
No.
All good?
Mm-hmm.
Going once, going twice. Okay. So who? We had one person who went down to 0. That was Greg. But given how they were at the top. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a luck roll for Greg. So you want to go ahead and do a D20 and get a 12 or under. A 3 is exactly what you're looking for. Okie dokie. So they are back up. They are wounded. So they've got that weakened problem. But that doesn't make them any less live. The only problem is that they're going to get a -1 to one of their statistics, or... Yes! I know what I'm doing. I am brilliant. Okay, that is going to be luck, which, that kind of makes sense. So, your luck is down to 11 now.
Sure.
So, once you get Greg picked up, you get to the door on the other side, and past it, there are a set of stairs headed up to a landing. Standing there is an attractive production assistant who's holding a clipboard, and she smiles friendly. Hey, good job in there. I just need to get a list of the winners for a special event we're working on. Could each of you come over one at a time and find your name on the clipboard? I'd appreciate it. As each of you stop by to look for your names on the list, she gives you a little pep talk, reminding you of how much you've done to get to this point, and if you just keep an eye on your teammates, you can keep going with no problems. This nice little pep talk is enough to give all of you an extra point of moxie. So, just to make sure, Mojo. It's called Mojo.
Say?
I
My
just
notes
go
get
ahead
confused.
and I appreciate that. Okay, so just in case, I've got Brittany at 3, Matt should be at 2, Jake at 1, and Lena at 2. So after this lovely little friendly pep talk, you climb the stairs, and I can actually... You can see the stairs go up there. So the door is ridiculously ornate, covered with gold and gems and jewels. And as you walk through it, you can see underneath where it says DJ platform, an equally opulent white treasure chest. So, once you all walk into the arena, the door slams shut. As you can see, Glitter Bomb herself, wearing sequined leather armor. Her arm this time around being some kind of small cannon-like thing, calls down to you. And if you can't guess from the fact that this is where Glitter Bomb is literally standing, all around you are huge crowds of people above the arena. This is the main stage, as it were. Congratulations, Crawl Hopefuls, on making it this far. While I've DJ'd for other teams, you are the first to win my heart. My hopes and prayers to mighty Apollo go with you. And now it's time to learn about the true magic of XCRAWL, the magic of corporate sponsorships. She grins, she salutes you, and takes aim at you with her cannon arm, which is apparently a t-shirt cannon. First a crimson jersey, then a blue one, and then a yellow one hit the ground and flop open in front of you. They are emblazoned with the Eversharp Blades logo. XCRAWL'S Got Talent thanks Eversharp Blades for the sponsoring this room. It's just like the advert if it's not Eversharp. Your chances look dull. Let's hope that your chances are good against my creatures who kindly volunteered to participate in today's contest. After that, she throws up her arms, and before she throws up her arms, I want it clear that there is a shirt for everybody, the pretty much even number of red, blue, and yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to go ahead and say 4 of the red and yellow and 1 blue. Those 3 panels beneath the balcony open up, and out of each one of them fly... The best description is that they're pterodactyls with television sets for heads. The television sets are currently playing advertisements for Eversharp, although you can still tell that they're watching you through the TVs. So, does anyone want to do anything with the shirts before anything else happens?
My team puts them on.
Yeah, Winston grabs a blue shirt.
Okay. What color for Winston?
Blue.
And who else got their shirt on?
Me. Nurse Wretched chooses red because it matches the blood.
Excellent. Anyone else?
Steve and Greg are gonna grab green. I think is what you said.
What are the
Yeah.
colors?
They are red, blue, and yellow.
My team will grab blue.
My team will grab yellow.
Greg and Steve will grab red then.
Okay, Lena, what was your color?
Blue.
And Jake was
Yellow.
okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. All of the reds are taken. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 blue and 1 yellow left. If Ethel and Beta wanted, because as you put it on, or after you put it on, more to the point, your name actually appears on the back of the jersey.
And yes. Ethel will take the yellow and the other one will take the blue.
Okie dokie. Making sure I'm not missing anything important for you. Yeah, let's go ahead and see some initiative rolls. Remember, people, Brittany rolled a 20 last time. There's 3 of you who can beat her this time.
So what are we rolling?
Initiative. So, your agility bonus, if someone's got a good one.
Just 1 per team.
1 per team, yes. Lena, I had suggested that you could go ahead and roll a bigger number than last time, not a smaller number.
Yeah.
Bigger, good. Smaller, less good. I will forgive you this time because you do have a cough, and it is tragic. One of these things is... Oh, a minute. So currently the beasties are in the air. I'm going to go ahead and point out that the backdrop of each one of the advertisements. So like it's doing the ever sharp in bold letters, white electrical crackling around it. But the background seems to be shifting in various shades of blue, red, and yellow. Just like well, I won't say the extremely obvious end to that sentence, but you can probably guess what I'm going for. And once again, Brittany, it is your go right now. If you wanted to go ahead and try and take any pot shots, you will need to use a ranged attack.
Perfect. Well, only one of mine is capable of that, so Beta's gonna go ahead and do that. He's gonna take his sling and try to ping it, hoping that it comes towards them.
Do you have a color of advertisement you want to go after?
He's wearing the blue shirt, right?
He is.
If there's a blue one, let's try that.
Okie dokie. Well, unfortunately, your roll was a miss, so that teaches you nothing exciting. And if that's all your characters with ranged weapons, that goes to Matt next. Again, very funny.
Greg's gonna throw a razor bola.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And is that with agility or strength?
That is an agility throw. Oh, ho, ho! Oh, very nice. Okay, which one did you want to go for?
He's red, so I'm gonna go after red.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and do a D4 and let's see. Who did you say this was?
Greg.
Oh yeah, and Greg just lost a little bit, so he doesn't have a luck roll. Okay, 1d4, that is a 3. Fantastic. Okay, go ahead and roll your normal damage plus an extra D3.
So 4, and then you said 1d3.
Uh-huh.
There's the roll.
Eh.
Second.
Brutal. So, this little TV pterodactyl is not having a good day. He is, lands hard on the ground. Definitely still alive, but his wings are wrapped up in the razor bola, so he's not going to be doing much for a little bit. Which means you've got actually a foe on the ground now.
How far away are they?
Let's see. It's pretty short room from where you guys are standing. So where is the draw? So you guys are scattered around here. Okay. If only there was a letter. So they kind of split up. So we've got one around here, and this one is the one that's entangled. So pretty close. Definitely can go ahead and do your move and attack.
Winston's gonna run up, and so is Steve for melee attacks. So I'll start with Steve. Yeah, that's another nat 20.
That is lovely. Okay. Before we move on to the next step, I am going to make sure that Greg has a chance to grandstand. So let's go ahead and do a personality check for Greg.
+0. 9.
Oh well. We can still feel good about it. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and have Steve's roll of D4 plus luck if applicable.
1 on that one.
Okay. Well, whatever you roll for damage is just going to get an extra D3.
So a total of 10.
Jeez. That one is not going to be getting up again. The advertisement for Eversharp goes away to be replaced with a frowny face with X's for eyes. So that just leaves 2 flyers. So I think that means that we go ahead and go to Jake.
All right, Joan's gonna shoot her short bow at the one on the west side. Oh,
Okay. Is Joan wearing anything fancy schmancy for her armor?
she has LCS armor and a shield. I guess she probably can't have the bow and shield on.
Well, she wouldn't be. Yeah, you're fine then, as far as the shield is concerned. So she definitely wouldn't be holding on to it. Just need to. Oh, come on. Where are you? Page that I'm looking for. Equipment. There we go. Light composite sport armor has a D8 for a fumble die. If you would, I'm going to say like to. Obviously, you don't want to.
You gotta chew.
Does she have any luck bonus or penalty?
No.
Okay, well, in that case, the force of the attack missing causes her to stumble. Go ahead and do a reflex save. And unfortunately, she isn't able to recover and goes sprawling on the ground. So she is prone and will need to take her next action or her next turn just getting herself stood back up.
All right.
Okay, that means let's go ahead and say that the one over here is the red one. Oh, that is a very small red. Okay, that's not extremely useful, but there it is. I can still see them. That's the important thing. Okay, the red one is going to go and ask me why I didn't use the Yes. Okay, I've never used this before in my defense. So anybody but Steve, really? I guess assuming it knows that she's dangerous from the previous fight, not that it could see that. Oh man. It is going after Ethel. Wait, is Ethel female?
We'll go with it.
Okay. It actually sprays out of its television set a burst of red energy. A 15 would be a hit, I assume, yes?
Yes, it would.
Okay. Trying to remember. That's what I thought. Okay. So this is okay, 3 points of damage. She is sent across
down.
the floor. So she is forced back a bit by the energy, but she is clearly just unconscious. It is very clear that she is still breathing. Isn't that interesting? So the yellow one is closest to Simon, and it just saw you take down its buddy. So, it swoops down, and the glass of the screen kind of pulls out in front of it to form, a pterodactyl's long, razor sharp snout. I'd say, for lack of better phrase, but I'm sure there's much, much better phrases. Oops. Nightmare is one of you?
That's me.
Okay. Oh, you left. I see now.
He didn't want to be named Giant Goat anymore.
I appreciate that. Oh, so quite definitely would hit Simon. But it does nothing. It bites at you, but it's like it's biting at empty air. So we are now going into Lena's turn. So the red one is still too high to be hit by anything but missile weapons. The yellow one, on the other hand, is close to the ground.
Okay. Well, then Lena and Jax. Jesus. Lena and Jackson will sling at the red one. That's Lena.
That's an excellent start. Yeah, definitely go ahead and do damage. Very nice. When you fire off the sling stone,
Sorry, continue.
okay. It surrounds itself in a aura of blue electricity. You get to go ahead and do an extra 1d3 points of damage. That is a total of 7. Very nice. Okay, so that was Lena. And who's next?
Jackson, slinging red as well. Never mind.
Okay, and does
Deborah will go hit the guy that is on the ground, yellow.
there we go. That is a hit. Oh, that is an excellent hit, and their weapon is also covered by that little blue glow, so go ahead and do an extra 1 to 3 for a total of 10. Absolutely brutal. Okie dokie, so
Simon
that-
and Simon and George also have ranged. I'm sorry, Simon has ranged capability too. And George, I guess.
but
They both
didn't
have
Simon go up? I thought Simon took down the
Joan attacked, but
missed with the ranged. Okay.
missed and then critically missed. So can George attack then?
No, because that would have been before they got into position for you. So initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, your team moves as one. So what they can and can't do is as a team thing. Also, wasn't oh no, it was Steve who attacked Blue, not Simon. Jeez. It's like there's a lot of characters I'm juggling here. Okay, Brittany, we are back to your teams in initiative order.
Sounds good. Is that one still flying, the red one, or did she just
The red
kill him?
one is still flying.
And the yellow one's on the ground. Okay.
Yes, or close enough to the ground.
Pork, Wretched, and Ethel will all head towards the yellow one and attack him melee. And then the red one, Beta, will shoot at. I guess I'll do Beta first.
Okie dokie.
Oh, that's not so good.
No, that isn't. What is Beta wearing? No, yes, Beta. What is Beta wearing?
One moment, where did that go? 1 second, sorry.
Exactly. If I
I
can't.
didn't think he's nude. There you go. He's got an armored jacket on.
Okay. Please tell me I left it on that page. Yes. Armor jacket. Fumble die is D6.
Oops. Yay! Wait, that might not be a good thing.
No, you actually want lower numbers for fumble. Remember when Sean
Makes sense. And this will be Nurse Wretched. She's got her, I guess, dagger.
Okie dokie.
Corks. 1, 2, 20. 16 minus 4 is 12.
Okay, and that does not hit, unfortunately.
Then my other ethel is unconscious. So that's the end of my turn.
Absolutely correct. Which brings us to Matt.
All right. So Greg is gonna run up and try and grab his bola off the pterodactyl thing.
Okay, I'm going to say that takes your that takes his full turn or round or whatever you want to call it.
And then Winston and Steve do not have ranged weapons. So
Steve is very close to the yellow one.
Yes. So I'm gonna have them kind of back up a little bit and kind of just hold an action for when it comes down.
Okie dokie. So that brings us back to Jake. And the red is in the air, the yellow is not. What's the plan?
All right. Joan is down. So Joan's gonna stand up.
Perfect.
Does that take the whole turn?
Yes.
And then is Simon near the one in the air or the one on the ground? I think Simon would like to move to the one on the ground if he can make it and swing.
He absolutely can. Yeah, I've got
All right.
no notes which would tell me that they couldn't.
That's his swing with the mithril short sword switchblade.
And although it makes a lovely glinting noise as it slashes through the air, it still does not quite reach him.
Even with my mojo, right? That I gave him?
Afraid so.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. That's still. Thank you. And then George would like to go up and gang up on that one with his +2 dagger. Or with he's got +2 up to hit. Yo.
And another 2. Hold on a second.
2. I don't think that's a D that you just did.
You did a D20, which got a 5. The +2 made it a 7. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
I typed it incorrectly. That's it.
I was trying to do that earlier, so I have full sympathy for you. Okay, feels like yellow has a good number of opportunities, but if he tries to fly back up at this point. That means that y'all have a lot of opportunities to hit him. Yeah, Simon and George were just trying to wail on him. So it does that eye blast thing, or that TV blast thing. George is its target. I don't think a 10 hits.
Nope.
That is
Just
very
misses.
embarrassing for it. Okay,
Bounces
and
off his
then
armor.
the red one. Last note I have shows Lena having managed to hit the red one from a distance, so it's going to swoop down at her. And try and do that glassy bite thing she was doing. Oh, and that one would definitely be a hit.
Who were you attacking?
This was Lena.
Lena. There's a
Lena?
Y in there.
Lena.
Yeah.
I thought I said Lena.
You more just said Lena.
Why would I say Lena? It's not like that's somebody's
why I was
name
confused.
already. Well, I could go in there and I could hit you personally if that's what you want. What do you have? You have a D8. Oh, that was a big number.
Yeah, she's dead.
That wasn't the damage. This is the
okay.
damage.
She's still dead.
Okay.
Well, she's down.
Yeah, that would put you to exactly 0. Yeah, even if you... Yeah. Okay, it managed to shatter your arm, so that one is enough to probably kill her.
Well, that armor really did me a lot of good.
It looked good until then. Besides, maybe she's okay. We'll have to see when we check the body later. That also brings it back to you. Both the yellow one and the red one are close enough for melee, if that's how you like to go.
Well, Deborah is gonna
Or for
keep
range, if that's how you like to go.
attacking the yellow because that went well so far. I assume that's a miss.
That is a miss.
And then sling at the red. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that slides us back to the top of the round, and Brittany.
Perfect. Beta disentangles his sling from his cape. While the yellow one is still melee range-ish,
Yes.
right? Yeah, we're both going to go for that. Cork and Nurse Ratchet. Cork, actually, he's going to try something. Tell me know if this is even possible. So he's got that two-handed battle axe.
Yep.
Can he, like, use it to kind of strangle this thing's neck? Or, like, hold it in place somehow? Or he tries to wallop it. Either way, I'm cool.
You absolutely could try and grab onto it. Of course, it would probably be the same as doing an attack roll, unless you're yeah, depending on your strength. Because all of your actions right now are at the -4. But he can definitely go ahead and give it a try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and grapple, I guess, this thing.
I'm going to completely lose the camera.
It doesn't go so well for him, though. I just lose everybody? No. Hi.
Bye.
Okay.
Here, let me just go ahead and quickly move my keyboard back down, or my desk back down. Nothing bad could happen. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Can I hear me? Okay. Looks like we are good. Okay, so the last thing was unfortunately a miss. Who's next?
Nurse Wretched is gonna stab it. Or she's gonna try.
Oh, she's going to do a damn fine job of it.
For 2 damage.
Okie dokie. Nice little dagger hit. That was the yellow one, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
And I am also wearing yellow.
For
Wait.
whatever reason, it doesn't get.
She's red. I was stupid.
Oh no! Well,
Either.
in that case, go ahead and do an extra 1 to 3.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I remembered it was because of the color of blood.
Yes. So that is lovely. Good job.
Thank you.
put a note on Quark on what he was wearing. Okay, that brings us back to Matt.
So we've got one on the ground still, right?
Actually, both of them at this point are low enough that you can go after them.
So I'll go against the most hurt with Winston.
Most hurt
Sorry.
is definitely the yellow one.
And I'm wearing blue shirt, so that's
Oh,
17.
good.
And a 2 damage.
And as you seem to have realized, you get to do the 1d3 because you're wearing a different colored shirt.
And another 2, so 4 damage total.
Very nice. That one has joined its brother in replacing its advertisement with a X-eyed frowny face, although this one is doing a full lowercase p, or yeah, p for a tongue sticking out.
And then the last color is which one?
Red.
Red. I got 2 guys that are red, so I'll try an attack.
That one is unfortunately a miss. I'm sorry about that +3 not actually coming into handy right now.
That's all right. My next one's a 15.
Oh, that is much better. That is a hit.
And then a 5 damage.
Excellent. He is fairly badly wounded, unfortunately for it. Very fortunately for you guys. And that brings me back to Jake.
All right. Joan is going to attack with the short bow. And that doesn't look very good.
That does not look good at all. I'm afraid that was a miss, yeah.
And then Simon is going to attack with the mithril short sword. There we go.
That one is a hit. That's very good.
And do 6 damage.
Very nice. And guess what? You also get to do an extra 1 to 3.
1d3. Another 1.
Okie dokie. So that one, its TV screen also flickers to the dead emoji. And then all three of them just kind of walk themselves pterodactyl style back to their places, looking very dejected and embarrassed. And the crowd around you roars in excitement. And the DJ Glitterbomb holds up a finger on her real hand, and says, "That was fantastic, but do you want to go for the exit door?" And she points to the west wall where there's a beautiful stained glass door. And don't forget, there's a treasure chest here. I'm sure nothing could go wrong. And she smiles
Greg announces that he'd like to go for the chest.
Okie dokie.
Can I see if Lena's alive?
Yeah, go ahead and do a luck roll.
Wait, can I help her with that?
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, given how close it was, let's go ahead and say that she was just able to be picked back up. You do still have the broken arm, but no other the whole weakness thing isn't affecting you. Where are you? There you are on my list. Put you back there. And what happened to your arm? Oh, yeah. You are your arm is not usable. So if you were doing the two-handed weapon, you'd better swap that out for a one-handed.
Sling and razor bullet, both one-handed.
Yep. No
Yeah, that's
problems
fine.
there. Okay, so how are we going to go about the treasure chest? Don't think sneezing.
My team, Steve, Joe. I mean, not Simon, Joan, and George want to go for the treasure chest too.
So does Greg.
So do mine.
So do mine. We'll all go for the
Excellent,
chest.
everyone. Okay, so the treasure chest is it's mostly white with gems all over the place. It has a very obvious lock on the front. It's not a separate lock. It's built into the actual box itself.
Joan wants to look at the lock and see if it's trapped or she notices anything.
Go ahead and do an intelligence check for me then. Does not see anything.
Winston takes a look at it too. I guess nat 20.
Oh, Winston does a fantastic job of looking at it. So when you look at the lock, you absolutely do not see any signs of traps or anything like that. But you notice that that energy fizzling that was happening when people were shooting at the pterodactyls of a different color, that seems to be happening to your weapon as you get close to it.
So he looks at everybody. He's just like, let's have one person of each color kind of like walk up to it, and we'll see who's not glowing, I guess, for their weapons, because it seems like energy's gonna go off against a group.
Okay, Simon
that.
walks up next to it and sees what happens.
So Simon's got
blue.
Winston's
Simon's
blue,
yellow.
Simon's yellow. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just as you get closer to it, your weapon starts fizzling. It's not like it doesn't seem to be hurting you or anything like that. It's just kind of arcing with blue in the one case and yellow in the other case. So
Wretched Red, she's gonna do the same thing to join them.
sounds good. And yeah, as you approach with the weapon, it's starting to fizzle for you as well.
She tosses her weapon down in a way.
After it leaves your hand, it stops fizzling and just kind of bounces off the ground. Normally, as would happen when you throw away a weapon.
Greg says, if you guys want to stand back, I'll just flip it open.
All right.
So he walks over and just flips it up.
Is he still holding his weapon when he does that?
He's put it away. Like,
Okay.
back.
When you try to open it, it doesn't open. It's definitely locked.
He pulls his weapon back out then, and
Okay.
kind of like taps it against it.
And once as soon as you do that, it swings open. The chest itself is empty, but all of a sudden you hear from the speakers, and that's going to be a fantastic prize for our XCRAWL attendees. Each of you are going to earn 1,000 gold pieces, but more exciting, you can each audition at the Terre Haute Community Conjuring College and see if you can learn how to become an arcane spellcaster like the greatest of politicians. I don't know where I was going to go with that otherwise. So, like the greatest leaders of the country.
All right.
Sweet.
Cool.
So Simon does a handstand on top of that prize.
Go ahead and give me a personality check. Oh, very nice. That's another point of fame for them. So now the only thing that's left to do is go out the stained glass door on the west wall.
We will do that.
Yeah, we all head out over there. My group does.
Okay, so the door is locked. So it's got a gold latch. It's surrounded by jewels. The stained glass is a picture of one of those pterodactyl things. The whole thing is just red, yellow, and blue, as you probably would expect.
Wretched picks up the dagger again. And they're not zapping or anything anymore, right?
If she's next, if she picks up her dagger where it is, it's not fizzling, but there does seem to be the same fizzling sensation if you're holding the weapon out and you're near the door.
Yeah, she'll tap it to the door.
Anything
she's fine.
specifically?
Jam the dagger in the latch, I guess. Use it as a key.
It doesn't seem to work.
Greg's gonna tap his weapon to the red section because he's red.
When he does that, you can hear a click and a whir from inside the door.
All right, George is going to touch the yellow section.
Another
Is-
click and another whir.
And then Winston will do the last section.
Get that?
No.
Oh, she said Winston.
Okay. So we got blue, we got red, we got yellow, we all good. So yeah, the final click and whir, and the door opens, and again you are showered with applause and praise. You make your way through, and you find yourself in a break room. There's comfortable couches. There's a huge feast prepared for you. And someone comes over to shake all of your hands, and he introduces himself as being with the Eversharp Blade Company. And guess what? If any of you who survive in this next room, you're going to be advertising for us, and everyone's going to know your name. And your friends are there, and your family are there. There's people who are quickly running over to apply healing salves and everything. So it's almost 4. Jake, do you need to go and fix meals or anything?
I do.
Okay. Well, that is a perfect time to go ahead and call it good. I will let you guys decide when you want to go back, but for right now, all of the people who have been weakened are back to normal. Lena's arm is being set and fixed, so obviously they think that the next room is going to be something to talk about.
All right, we're gone next weekend. And then I think we're around the 1st. You're on the 1st?
First, is that the weekend after?
Yeah.
That day,
Oh, he's got.
I won't be there.
Matt will be there that day.
Okay, well, we
Well-
can choose a new one, or you guys can figure out what works and put it up in the discussion place, or the
Sounds
scheduling
good.
place, or the Discord channel, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we'll put it in the Thingerbauer.
That is a perfect description. Well, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a good time, and whenever you figure it's time to get back together, we'll close this thing out.
All right.
And
Thank
then we
you.
can start talking about getting you guys actual character.
Get well
or
soon,
character
Lena.
class.
Hopefully, bye y'all.
And happy
Bye.
Memorial Day.